All right, what's going on YouTube? I just kind of wanted to have a talk with you guys today, right? I want to talk to you guys about the divide among gamers, right? I always knew that there was, Xbox versus PS4, and and the fanboy war since way back in the PS1, Nintendo 64 days, even before that, back in the NES and Super NES days. I knew that there were fanboy wars back then also, but I don't think it was to the extent that it is today, right? And PC gamers aren't excluded from this divide. There's a big divide among AMD and Nvidia users, right? There's a huge divide among them. So when I'm speaking to gamers, I'm speaking to gamers as a whole, not just console gamers, right? So since I've been following the YouTube gaming community on on YouTube, on Twitter, and things like that, I have been following the YouTube community specifically since I want to say at the tail end of last gen, right before the PS4 and Xbox One launched, right? And I've seen some of the most craziest shit I would have ever thought I would see from gaming community because I just thought, hey, it's video games, right? It's not that serious. It's just games. But I've seen some really crazy shit from fanboys on both sides, right? As far as people harassing people at stores, or Sony dudes coming at you because you won't buy like the Nathan Drake collection or something like that. I've seen some really crazy stuff, and my thoughts about it always was like, well, goddamn, it's just video games, right? Just because you play Xbox One and you enjoy your Xbox One, that doesn't mean you have to hate the PlayStation, the PS4, or the PS4 gamers, right? And I've seen crazy shit sent to Yoshida on Twitter. I've seen more recently a lot of crazy shit sent to Phil Spencer on Twitter, right? Like harassing these guys, you know, over gaming, man. It's just video games, right? And the crazy part about all this is we spend so much time fighting each other. We just completely you spend so much time fighting each other where you both get fucked over while you're fighting, right? While we're sitting there for arguing about 1080p, 900p, 60, 30 frames per second, in the middle of all that, we having all these DLC, these bad DLC practices, microtransactions, day one DLC, all of this other crazy shit that we should be focusing on, but all we really paying attention to is the fanboy dumb shit. You know what I mean? It's like you see Xbox do something good, and then here come the PS4 fanboys, oh, da, 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 and vice versa. You see the PS4 doing something good, and here comes the Xbox dudes coming out of nowhere, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. And you have PC gamers sitting over there was saying fuck both of you, fuck both of y'all. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't really understand like why there is such a divide among gamers if we all doing the same thing. It don't fucking matter whether they game 1080p, 900p, 60 frames per second, or 10 frames per second. It's still the same fucking game, right? So if we all playing games, why do we hate somebody that's playing a game on a different platform? I just, for the life of me, don't understand that, right? And I'm not here to expose anybody, or that's not my lane. They got people that do it and they do it well. They hey, let them do what they do. But I honestly think that the gaming community in itself needs to come together and really fight against all of these anti-consumer practices by these big developers and publishers instead of always fighting against each other, right? Because if we pay more attention to that kind of stuff, then there would be no day one DLCs. There would be no microtransactions, or it would be a lot less than what it is now, right? And it kind of that's kind of the problem with real world also, right? You have white fighting against black, against Hispanic or whatever the case may be, and while we're so busy fighting each other over politics and stupid shit, the government is just sitting back fucking over all of us. But we're just too busy fighting each other to realize that. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the situation, right? I think in the end, I think we should all just come together as people who enjoy games, not based on what platform you enjoy those games on, right? So if you agree with me, leave a thumbs up. If you disagree with me, leave a thumbs down, and just tell me why. And subscribe if you haven't. I'm out.
Don't bother. Everyone's packing up and getting ready to move out.
Good. We finally get what we came for.